debt is too much debt? That is a great question, and there is a metric for this. This is called the debt to income ratio. Once you hit 43%, that is a red flag. If you are bringing in $10,000 per month and $4,500 of that is going to debt payments, then that is far too much, because that is going to leave you at 45% on your debt to income ratio. When you do that and you are applying for a loan, then they are going to look at this debt to income ratio because they want to make sure they're going to get their money back for their loan. So they do pay a lot of attention to that debt to income ratio. You hit above 43%, that's going to raise a red flag. Honestly, when you look at 36%, they're also going to raise an eyebrow at that as well. At Keep More Money.
Let's go ahead and stop. All right, so let's unload what he said. Definitely great basic foundation information. I definitely don't think it's bad information. Let's just go into depth a little bit more about that. So, your debt to income. So the debt to income that he's referring to, the 36% and the 43%, that is mostly through a mortgage, is what you will see. So normally, once you start hitting 36, 8, we start being a little bit more aware. And then once you are within that 43%, um, once you're in that 43%, then it's kind of like a cap for your debt to income, which again, in the previous video I reacted to figure out what is debt to income. Pretty much it's a percentage that we figure out to see how much of your money is going towards your debt. So how you accomplish this is by adding up all your debts that are reported on your credit report, not what you pay on a monthly expenses. So not your groceries or your gas or your utilities. That doesn't get included in there. So it's credit cards, student loans, your mortgage payments. If you're paying for your taxes and insurance, obviously that'll be if that's including your mortgage payment, also that'll be in there. So it's those type of things is what you want to add up. So let's say if you have $1,000 of debt that you pay a month, but then you bring in $2,000. Where we know that half of, if we do 1,000 divided by 2,000, we'll come up with 0.50, which is pretty much 50%. Because again, half of 2,000 is to 1,000. So definitely kept it a little easy for you. So you guys can understand. So that's pretty much what debt to income was. So the reason why more getting into depth about it is when I worked for banks and I was approving auto loans, boats, motorcycles, like we could go up to 50% on those types of loans, and sometimes even up to 55% if they had like a 700 credit score on when I worked and was underwriting for a bank. So it's like, but I do definitely like that. It's good metric to have because again, that's the more money you can keep. But yeah, that's a little bit more in depth about the debt to income and how different institutions have used different metrics for debt to income. Some are higher, some are lower, depending on the type of loan product. So yeah, that's some information there for ya. All right, let's get back into this video. Uh,
At I'm Adult-ish asked, seriously, who is trusting me with a credit card, and how on earth is my credit score calculated? I don't know who's trusting you with a credit card. However, I can tell you how your credit score is calculated. So there are 5 main factors. 35% of it is based on your payment history. Are you paying that credit card on time? 30% of it is going to be your credit utilization. This is the amount of the credit limit that you are using. Generally, you want to stay below 20 to 30%. 15% is credit length. How long have you held this particular credit line or credit card open? This is why if you have had a credit card for several years and you close one, that's going to bring down the average credit length. 10% is new credit. So this is when you apply for a new credit card. You want to be very careful. Your score does tend to dip during those times. And then the last one is credit mix. This is the mix between credit cards, mortgages, student loans, and other things. They want to make sure that you can pay different types of debt and you have a diversified credit portfolio.
all right, let's scroll a little bit.
To make sure that you can pay different types of debt and you have a diversified.
All right, so love the information that again he gave very good basic foundation. Just going again more into depth of what he's talking about. So when he's referring to this, the main factors, this is what FICO. So this is what Experian uses in order to give you your credit score. And again, you have TransUnion, which uses a different credit score metric in order to give your credit score. So I would like for him to be able to differentiate and give explanation of both. Because again, if someone just it's not bad advice just to take this just face value off what he says. But if you see why there's such a difference in your credit score, it's because of that. Is because they use different things to evaluate, your number to go ahead and give you a credit score. Watch, I'll go ahead and show you. All right. So right here, just like he said, FICO, this is from Experian, 35% payment history, amounts owed, blah, 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 blah. You see this. So this is what it takes. This is what will make up your credit score from the information that they have provided. And then for TransUnion and Equifax, there's this one. It recently went from Vantage 3.0 to 4.0. So you can see, so payment history now, instead of it being 40% of your credit, now it's 41. So it went up 41%. Ooh. That's all I'll say it's something. All right, for your age and mix of credit. So it looks like they went ahead and credit history and then your mix of credit went ahead and combined it together. So it was 21, they lowered that. Road and then credit utilization, they have for credit utilization they have this, then it was 20%, that stayed the same. So again, that's how much of your credit card balance versus how much you have left of those credit card limits. That's essentially what that is. Your new credit, so this is also new loans you applied. Look at this, a nice little bump. That's pretty good. 11%, I like that. And then balances went from counting 11% to now 6%. That's horrible. Then your available credit doesn't count as much. So, oh no, it looks like available credit hum. That's very interesting, but that went from 3% to 2%. Definitely gonna find out some more information about that. So you see, so I wish you would have went over that a little bit more because again, then you understand what affects. But off a foundation, this is not bad information. I would definitely write it. Definitely let's give him some snaps, baby, because he definitely did good. He definitely did good. So yeah, all right. Well, let's go